Well, I want to welcome you to the webinar. Thank you so much for joining. My name is John Mayfield, and I'm the owner and school administrator for Global Real Estate School. I'm also a licensed real estate agent. I've been a licensed agent since 1978, the age of 18. So I know some of you are quickly probably trying to do the math right now, but real estate is really, it's all I've ever known. And I love this career. I love this field. And I'm excited to share with you about how you can have a career that you can be proud of. Well, I know the first question a lot of people want to ask is, why would I need a career in real estate? I mean, what is it about real estate that is so attractive? And I think there are a number of items that I'd like to share with you on this short webinar that I think you will find fascinating. Number one, a career in real estate gives you flexibility. It gives you freedom. You have the ability to really set your own hours and work your own schedule. I think one of the things that I appreciate and really am so thankful for as a father and a dad growing up is the fact that I was able to attend almost all of my children's school programs that were during the day. In fact, my wife and I talk about that a lot because I was always at my children's uh, school programs, those types of programs that would take place during the day. And of course, there would be a lot of moms there, and there would be a couple of other dads and fathers, but for the most part, I was able to attend all of those functions. And I'm really thankful and I'm grateful that I've had that opportunity. And in all honesty, real estate is what provided that vehicle or that opportunity for me to be able to attend those events. So, first and foremost, I think real estate gives you a lot of flexibility. Secondly, it actually allows you to earn your own income, as much money as you want to earn, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But real estate is a career, and I really have to go back to my fifth year class reunion many years ago. It's hard to think I'm actually coming up, I think next year, and it will be my 40th class reunion. But if you could, let's go back 35 years or 34 years ago to my fifth year class reunion. And I remember, and I have to be very, very honest with you. As I mentioned, I received my real estate license in 1978 at the age of 18. There were several years, many years there, where I just, I don't want to say I was embarrassed to be in real estate, but you have to kind of go back to the late 1970s, early 1980s, and a young kid in a small town who's only 20 years old, 21 years old, selling real estate. And I will be honest, I would take my name badge off when I would go in certain stores or the grocery store. It's not that I was embarrassed to be in real estate, but I guess I wasn't really, I didn't know what to think about this career that I had in real estate as a young kid. And I remember going to my fifth year class reunion. Everybody seemed to be interested in me and my career as a real estate professional. And I remember one girl in particular. She came up to me and she said, "You know, John, at least you have a career." And I thought about that for a moment and I thought, wow, is that what other people think about me? Do other people look at what I'm doing as a career, as a profession? And it really dawned on me that night that people look at real estate professionals in a different light, that they look at this job as a career, not as a job or a 9 to 5 job. And so I think there are lots of opportunities as a real estate professional. In fact, I have this slide up that says opportunity, and I really wanted to focus on the fact that I've been teaching pre-licensed real estate since the mid 1980s. And one of the really cool things about seeing all of the students who've gone through my real estate school is that some people have gone on to be appraisers, some have gone on to work for financial institutions. I've had some people go on to get a career. I remember one lady finished a career in criminal justice, had nothing to do with real estate, but she told me that by going through the real estate school, it gave her the confidence she needed to go on back to school and pursue a career and a dream she had always had, which was in criminal justice. So you have lots of opportunities when you think about going to real estate school, and it is a career. It's not just a job. So I'm sure one of the questions many of you have are, well, John, what are the requirements for me to get a real estate license? Now, this webinar is for students in Missouri. We are working on this school to have it approved in other states, but for Missouri residents, if you want to get a real estate license, you have to go through, there's several things you have to do. First of all, you have to be 18 years of age or older. You have to attend a 48-hour pre-licensed real estate school. Now, that can be in a live setting or it can be online. Now, we happen here at Global Real Estate School to provide the online version only, but it really, as you will find out, gives you the best of both worlds because we provide live streaming so that it gives you a classroom feel, but yet you can take the course on your own time frame and at a time that suits and works best for you. So you need to be 18 years of age or older. You need to complete a 48-hour pre-licensed real estate school. Then you need to take the state exams. They consist of 2 exams, a national exam and a state exam. The national exam is a 100-question test, and you need to complete or make a 70% higher passing grade or higher. So you have to get 70 questions out of the 100 correct. And then the state exam is 40 questions, and you need to make a 75% passing rate on the state exam. Once you pass both tests, you need to then go through what is called the 24-hour practice course. And this course just basically helps to teach you some of the needed work essentials to help you as a real estate professional to go out and begin pursuing and making money in this new career as a real estate agent. So you have the 48-hour pre-license school, take the exams, pass both of those, and then you take the 24-hour practice course. You need to do these in this specific order. Once you finish that, you need to make application for a license. Of course, you'll need to be fingerprinted and fill out a form, and most all examples or situations you'll be able to become licensed as a real estate professional. Now, if you have some kind of situation or issue in your past from a criminal related perspective, you would want to check with the Real Estate Commission and discuss that with them. The best policy is to always be upfront and honest with any specific situation that may have occurred in your past. If you try to hide it and they were to find out about that and you did not disclose it, it would not be very good. So I wouldn't panic too much about that. Just be open, honest, and share your situation. I've seen many people in the past who've had some situations that happened many years ago, and they were able to correct their mistake and living a good life and had very good testimonies and were able to become licensed. But again, the key is to be open and honest and disclose all that, any kind of information you might have. So really the requirements are 18 years of age or older, complete the 48-hour pre-license course, pass the state exams, both exams, complete the 24-hour practice course, and then apply for your license. Now you need to do all of the, you need to pass the exam, complete the 24-hour practice course, and make application to the commission for your license within 6 months from the completion of the 48-hour pre-license school. So if you finish the school on April the 1st, that's when you finish your 48-hour pre-license course, you would have April, May, June, July, August, September. So before October 1st, you have 180 days. You need to, or 6 months, you need to make sure that you get all of those other items taken care of. And then you can make an application for your license. Of course, you will need to affiliate with a broker and you can begin selling real estate. So the next question is, well, John, how much money can I earn? And probably another big question a lot of people want to ask is, what is this going to cost me? And that's a great question, and I want to kind of cover a few of those items here. So if you have a pen and paper, you can write these down. If not, I just want to tell you quickly that it will vary depending on what part of the state you are in, and if you go with a real estate broker who is a member of the Association of Realtors and several other features in that respect. Sometimes I had someone ask me the other day, I heard it costs like $2,000 after you pay for the school. And the answer is, I don't think it actually costs that much, but you will have some costs that are spread out over a certain length of time. So you have the cost of the school. We do offer a bundle package for both the pre-license and practice course, and we give you some other tools to help you grow your real estate business. So you do have those costs up front, and then it's probably going to be another 30 days plus or minus when you will take the exam. Now the exams cost at the time of this particular webinar are $68. And if you have to go back and retake the exam again, of course, that would be another $68 fee. So you might figure the cost of the school right now, and then in 30 to 40 days, you would have the $68 fee for the cost of the exam. You do not want to set your exam up until after you have completed the school and passed our practice test, just to make sure you're feeling good and confident. And so you will pay another $68 at that point. Once you complete pass the exams, then you have the 24-hour practice course to complete. That may take another couple of weeks, and then you, of course, have the application to complete, and you would make application for a license with the Real Estate Commission. So there'll be some fees there. They're nothing extraordinary or very expensive, and we cover that during this school. But once you make application for your license, then depending on the broker you associate with and what area of the state of Missouri you are located in, you would have some additional fees if you join the Board of Realtors and so forth. So all in all, you may have, and I'm going to just drop the PowerPoint down, and I'm going to bring up my little iPad here so you can see something. And we will cover a few items here that I wanted to just go over with you. So let's just say, you had, make sure my pen is working here. So we'll connect the Apple Pencil and we'll be ready to, my apologies, it was connected a moment ago, and so I don't know actually why things did not connect. Okay, so we have the Apple Pencil fired up, and we'll come back to this. So I just want to give you a couple of examples. Let's say you spend $300 for the school. You have, we'll just say there's another $68, another $200. This is for the exam, and this is for license, which it could be, we'll just say 300. It's less than that, but I'd rather give you the higher number. And then you have your realtor's dues. And let's just say those could be $600 because you do have some initiation fees. Again, these are not all due at the same time. You'd pay this first, this 30 days later, couple 3 weeks later, and so forth. So you can see there's $1,268. And of course, some companies may require you to pay for some business cards and different things. But even if you were at $1,500, that is not a bad fee to start your own business. $1,500. Now look at this. If you were located in a marketplace, and I'm just throwing this out as a simple math problem, $6,000 is the total commission to the broker. And normally, and commissions are negotiable, but let's just say the broker keeps $3,000. So that's $3,000 left over, and that would be divided equally between the listing agent and the selling agent. And so you've made your investment back on your first transaction. And by the way, there's one of your math problems, so it's not too bad. So, I guess what I'm trying to convey or explain is that this is really not a bad investment because it is your business. And you can make as much money as you want to make. That's the really cool thing. So, we could go right back to what we were discussing a moment ago. Try to bring this up here. I was going to bring my MacBook, my Apple iPad back up just so you could see that. But, and I think something might be, there we go. It's a live webinar, and although some may be watching this in a recorded version, I'm going to just kind of go through the motions with you here. But we just discussed the fact that you made $1,500 on your first transaction. Now, that was just on a $100,000 deal. It could be less, it could be more. But let's say that you were able to do 10 of these throughout the year. Well, that's $15,000 extra money that you could make. Or if you divide that by 12, it's over $1,000 per month. And that's just with 10 transactions. Now, yes, I'm going to be very transparent and open and honest with you. I've seen some people have no transactions, and I've seen some people go and make 30 transactions their first year. And these numbers can all vary and be different. It's your business, and that's the really cool thing about getting your real estate license, having a career in real estate. It's your business. You set your hours, you set the income you want to make, and you determine whether or not you will have success. And you can have success. And again, how much money can you make? You can make as much money as you want. It is a great career to enjoy and do some of the things that you would really like to do. Flexible hours, income, unlimited income potential, and really, more importantly, I think just meeting a lot of cool people and having a career that you can be proud of. Now, why Global Real Estate School? I think that's a great question. It's a fair question for us to ask. And I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about my school and why I think you will enjoy Global Real Estate School. First of all, I'd been sending a lot of people to online real estate school. I started teaching pre-licensed real estate in the 1980s, 1987, I believe it was. We did not have a local real estate school where I live in Farmington, Missouri. And I wanted to offer a pre-licensed real estate school because there were a lot of people who wanted to get their real estate license, and many of them could not drive to St. Louis. Many of them could not take off during the day. They were working other jobs. So I started my school back in 1987. And the school went very well. I really had a great time teaching the class, and it kind of opened me up to this whole new speaking profession that I actually do pretty much full time now. And so I've had hundreds, thousands probably, of folks who've gone through my pre and post license real estate schooling. In 2006, I'll be very honest with you, I was burned out on teaching pre license real estate. You have to keep in mind back then it was a 60-hour course, even though it's 48 now. It was 60 hours back then. Most all of my students had to go in the evenings and on Saturdays. And literally it would take us 3 to 4 weeks to do a pre-licensed school back in the day. And I was just tired and I was burned out. So told my wife back in '06, I'm not teaching pre-licensed real estate school anymore. I'm tired. And I'm doing a lot of other speaking opportunities. I had been very blessed to do some technology training all over the world, and people continue to still pay me a nice fee and pay my travel to go and speak to organizations in a lot of places. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just telling you that that was more exciting, has been more exciting and interesting to me. And I enjoy that. And from a time factor, it's just been much more better. So I have lots of people call and say, hey, we'd like to go to real estate school. I would send them to online real estate classes. And I remember last year running into a good friend of mine. His name was Henry. And I asked Henry, I said, how's the online real estate school going? And he said, oh, it's awful. He said, I dropped out. And I said, oh, you did? And he said, yeah, I just couldn't get through it. And I had heard this same thing from a lot of people. And the problem is a lot of the schools have reading and clicking your mouse. And I never want to put down a competitor because I have some great competitors. There's some great schools out there. But I just think an online school should be more than reading, clicking your mouse, and reading. It should be fun and interactive. In the meantime, I do technology training. I go by the Business Tech Guy. You can go to my website, businesstechguy.com, and see a little bit more about some of the things I do there. But in the meantime, I'm starting to develop some courses online for some various companies and organizations, basically taking their content and putting it into an online format. I love technology. I love the online learning environment, and this had become kind of a side job for me. My wife had been seeing some of my work, and she said, you really need to put your online real estate school online, your pre-licensed school online. And after I spoke to Henry last year and he told me he had to drop out, when I left the grocery store, I said, okay, I'm getting my real estate school approved and put online. So I started this process, and it took me quite a while. I would not take any other course development jobs. Between my speaking and selling real estate and getting all of my information out, updating it, and putting everything online, it took me over 6 months. But my school has video, it has audio, it's interactive, and it's really a lot of fun. And I'm getting some great feedback and some wonderful comments, and I'm getting good pass rates, and you can read about that on the web school. But I want to kind of show you a little bit about what the school looks like so you can get an idea. First of all, I do live streaming, and I put these courses up. Here's a live streaming class I did. Yesterday I recorded some live streaming classes. So you can see right here that I'm actually live streaming and I'm explaining the content. So you can watch these at any time that you would like to. In fact, if you log into the school, and I'm logged in now from my computer, if you go to the course library, you will notice I have this area called study sessions. And when you click on study sessions, you can watch all of the modules here. Now, my daughter is going through the real estate school, and I'm going through every module with her. So we'll have every module right here as a study session. And then periodically, I do a live streaming course and or live streaming class, and we'll let you know, and you can go out and take advantage of the class. Now, here's your pre-licensed real estate school. This is what it looks like. You have a welcome video. I have some digital flashcards you receive as well. I have an introduction chapter. Now, by the way, I have all kinds of additional resources here that you can download as well. But I kind of want to walk you through some of this. You'll notice that chapter 1, the introduction, is already complete. The preceding chapter after each chapter is a review chapter. And the reason you would want to review in the review chapter is because we have to have everything set up into a timing mechanism for the Missouri Real Estate Commission. Pardon me. Excuse me. And so these regular modules are all time sensitive. You cannot jump forward or move backward. You can move backwards, but you can't move ahead, because everything's tied into legally for you to get your real estate license. But you can always go into a review module and you can watch the review. Again, my apologies for that. So if you log back in, it will ask you if you want to resume where you left off. I'll say yes, and it will take me to a specific spot that I recently left off. Now, you will notice that this is a video here. We have test questions so that you can answer the question. And if you get the answer wrong, you'll notice that we give you the correct answer below. Now, with this specific module, it's the review module, so I can actually jump around anywhere I want to in the slide or in the course module. Not every slide has audio. If we don't have audio, we have this little speaker right here. But if you go to a slide, for example, here, I can go back up here to the bundle of legal rights, and you can hear that laws which pertain to that there's some audio with this. So everything's just very, I think, really laid out very nice. There's not a lot, some slides will have more information. We do have flashcards so that you can learn the definitions, which is very important for you to do. And then we always have a final thoughts where I kind of go through the information with you. And then you take a review test so you can gauge your knowledge and see how well you are doing. Now I'm going to just exit out of this, and I'm going to go back into the iPad because I want to show you this very quickly. So I'm going to bring this up, the iPad here, and here I'm going to log in through the app, which is the Litmus app. And I will take this off for just a second. And I will log in here. So that you can get an idea what it looks like on the iPad. I love taking the course from my iPad. So you can see I'm logging in here. If I go up here to my course library, you'll see all the courses that I have assigned, and I can launch this course and it will bring me in. I'm going to go into Chapter 1 review. Now it should, because I'm on an iPad now, it should ask me, do I want to go back to where I continued? I'll say continue, and it should bring us to the Let's Review, which is where we were when we left off on the computer. So with the iPad, of course, you can go back here. I can go back and look at any specific. There are 4 laws that affect the real estate. And again, I want you to remember that I'm in the review section, so I can move around anywhere I want to. You'll notice right up here in the regular section, when that goes all the way around, then you can actually come down here, hit the next arrow, and it will allow you to go on. And again, you can take the question, the quiz. If you miss, we try to give you feedback so you can learn what you have missed. So I just wanted to give you a little bit about the course and how it's set out. I should go back here just a minute to show you that we do have practice exams that you can take. We do have a real estate math made easy. There's not a lot of math, so don't worry about that. We have the study sessions, and of course you get the 24-hour practice course as well. So really a lot of great resources and tools. And that brings me back to this question, why Global Real Estate School? Well, you can take it from an iPad. You can take it from your smartphone. I didn't actually pull the app up on my smartphone, but it works great and looks great on most smartphone devices. And again, you would just download the Litmus app. We have live streaming, and I showed you that a minute ago, and I'm going to go back to that just to kind of give you that that option so you can see. We live stream, so I'm actually going in depth in the material to help you understand the key topics. And what I think is great about this, why Global Real Estate School? Well, you can take the course on your own time frame, at your own pace. You can take it from your mobile phone. You can take it from an iPad. You get audio and video. You get a nice combination, and you get the live streaming that really makes it feel like you're sitting in a classroom. But you can watch that 24/7 because I record all the live streamings. You can watch it 24/7, 365 days a year. And you know what? You can even watch it in your PJs. So, and when we do those live, you can watch them in your PJs as well. You can text questions to me. And you know what? I'm always here to answer your questions. When I ask the question, why Global Real Estate School? Really, I'm here for people by phone, by text message, by email, by Facebook Messenger. If you've got a question, I want to help you, and I want to help you pass the real estate exam on the first try. So have a career you can be proud of. I think you'll love Global Real Estate School. I'm excited to be offering this. I'm having so much fun doing the live streaming, preparing study aids, and helping others learn how to practice and prepare for the real estate exam. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you in any way. We've had a couple of special offers throughout this webinar. I encourage you to take advantage of those. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you. Why Global Real Estate School? Because we want to be your #1 resource for training and education. Thanks for watching the webinar. I hope to have you as a student in an upcoming class soon.